Okay, is it visible? Screen is visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, right, we'll start session. So, previous class, we have solved some numericals on most economical rectangular channel sections by utilizing the most economical dimensions, and we have solved some problems. Today's class will take the next section as a trapezoidal channel section. So all of you draw this section, the most economical trapezoidal channel section, and this is very, very important for the examination point of view. Okay, right? Very, very important. You concentrate on more on this one. Most of the time, the question has been asked: derive the condition for most economical trapezoidal channel sections. So you will be getting here various conditions, and those conditions I am going to derive today. Means, can anyone tell what is most economical channel section? When you call it is a most economical,
Cost is minimum.
cost is minimum. Cost of construction is minimum, and at the same time, what should be maximum? Yes,
Discharge
discharge
should be
should be maximum. Okay. Cost of construction should be minimum. The discharge should be maximum. To achieve this, what parameter to be reduced?
weighted parameter.
Exactly. The weighted perimeter should be minimum. That was our criteria to achieve the most economical channel section. So with that criteria, we are going to derive. So here you require a knowledge of simple mathematics and differentiation. That much is enough to derive the equation for the most economical channel section of any shape. So here I am taking the next shape, trapezoidal channel section. Please, all of you draw this trapezoidal channel section. So shall I start? All of you drawn this one? Okay. So this kind of a channel section, that is a trapezoidal channel section, is always provided in the earthen channels. So this might have seen, you all have seen in canals and canals, the shape will be of trapezium, and the side slope of the channels of trapezoidal cross sections are provided. Means side slopes are, these are the side slopes. These are the side slopes of the channel section. Okay, so that the soil can stand safely. Means whatever the slope is given here, so this, by providing this side slope, the soil can stand safely here. Whatever the soil present this side, it can stand safely. Generally, the side slope in a particular soil is decided. Means this side slope is generally decided based on the type of soil present on the site, which is to be decided after conducting experiments on that soil. Means from where you are excavating the channel section, from that site you have to get the soil, and it has to be tested in the laboratory based on that soil conditions or soil properties. The side slopes are being decided. So in a soft soil, flatter side slopes, that is a flatted side slopes should be provided, whereas in a harder soil, if you take in a harder soil, the steeper side slopes may be provided. So this side slope is again depending upon the soil type, soil conditions, and the nature of the soil available on the site. That if it is a soft type of a soil, the flatted side slopes should be provided. If it is a rocky type of soil, harder soil, the steeper side slope should be provided. So those are the conditions. So whenever you do designing, that time I will come to know what kind of slope to be provided and what slope to be provided for the sides and all. Okay, with this we'll start with the trapezoidal channel section. I hope you have taken this figure, all of you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now just to mark it, take the bottom width B here. All of you mark this one. Take the bottom width B and also take the side slope Z is to 1, Z horizontal, 1 vertical, and also you take the depth of the channel section. Also take the depth of the channel section Y, or you can take a D also. Some of the textbook have taken D. Here I am taking it as a Y. Okay. Then this is the level of water. Okay. So next one, consider a trapezoidal channel section. I'll write here. You also write. Consider a trapezoidal channel section. Trapezoidal channel section with the bottom width B and side slopes side slopes 1 is to Z, 1 vertical, Z horizontal, with depth of flow Y as shown in the figure. As shown in the figure. So have you taken this one, all of you? I hope you all are writing. I hope all are writing. So please write it now only, and don't expect the videos to be uploaded later. Okay. So you are here, we are facing the problem to upload. So better you take now itself the notes. Okay. I hope you all are writing right.
Yes, sir.
Is it visible that sentences are visible to you all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay, after this one, this is the sentence you have to write before deriving the most economical dimensions of trapezoidal section. So that is, consider a trapezoidal channel section with bottom width B and side slopes 1 is to Z. This is a side slope. It's not a bed slope, it is a side slope. Bed slope is different, with the depth of flow Y as shown in the figure. Now you have to calculate area of flow. Area of flow. So that is A. So can anyone tell the trapezoidal area? How will you get? Just tell me. Is it
Area of triangle plus area of rectangle.
yes, area of triangle plus area of rectangle you will get. Okay. So you can calculate this area. I'll write here top width, the formula, right? You also write it. Top width plus bottom width divided by 2 into height. Is it correct? The formula? Simple. Trapezoidal area formula. Correct? Huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now you have to calculate. So what is this one? Now this is B. What about this one? If this is B, what about this one?
B, sir.
Yes, sir.
B. Okay. Now you call this as a X. We don't know this one. You call it as a X. Okay. Is it clear? Any doubt here?
No, sir.
Anybody have doubt here? In derivation. I have taken the central portion as a rectangle. This portion is a rectangle. This bottom width is a B and the top width is B. But on the triangular base, the base we don't know. I have taken it as a X. Okay. Now the side slopes are given. What are the side slope given? for Z horizontal, what is the vertical given? Is it correct? Is it correct?
Yes, sir.
All of you agree for this one?
Yes, sir.
See, for a Z horizontal, one is vertical. Means for every Z horizontal, one is vertical you take. Means they have mentioned here. Now tell me, in this base, what is the horizontal base? How much is horizontal?
X.
X is horizontal. For X horizontal, what is the depth?
Y.
Y is the vertical. I hope you understood, all of you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'm asking you all, you can comment in a comment box. Try to understand here how I am calculating. For Z vertical, this is a given condition. For every Z horizontal, you have to take one as a vertical. So for X horizontal, total, what is the vertical here? Total. Y is the vertical, right?
Yes, sir.
Anybody have doubt? Anybody have doubt? Shall I move? Shall I move
Yes,
forward?
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Now,
sir.
what is the next step? Tell me. You only tell me. What is the next step? Simple mathematics. What is the next step? I need to calculate X. I need to calculate X.
Pythagoras theorem, sir.
Pythagoras, huh?
Yes.
No, madam. You have to cross multiply. Have you done in your school level or not? Yes, sir, no. You have to multiply it by cross, right?
Yes, sir.
Hello. My voice is audible to you, all right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It's simple.
Yes, sir.
I'll repeat it once again. For a Z horizontal, one is a vertical. Z could be any number. Here they given Z. For a Z, it could be a 10, 10 is to 1, it could be a 20, it could be 30, whatever number Z. For that, one is a vertical. So, but our total horizontal is how much? Base is how much? X. For X horizontal, how much to be taken depth?
Y.
Yes. Y, correct? Huh? All of you understood?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Only one is responding. Huh?
Yes, sir.
This is important, very much important, because for solving the problem, that's why I'm spending much time here to make you understand. So let me see how many of you understood in the chat box. Just give me a
Yes,
comment.
sir.
In comment, you tell me. Junaid. Junaid, no, sir. Junaid, what you said? No. Danesh Mirji, understood. Yes, sir, I got. Yes, sir. Okay. Yes. If you are not understood, also you tell me. I'll repeat it once. No problem for me. Because that taking that side slope and calculating the base is very important for in a trapezium. Yes, many of you understood. So let us move ahead. Now, after this one, when you cross multiply, I'll get a x. Now, can you tell me what is the value of x?
ZY.
Yes, exactly, zy. Because z into y, then here x into 1, then I'll get x only. So right here zy. Can write here zy. Okay. I hope you all of you understood. Okay. Done. What is the top width now? Here I have to substitute in formula. What is the top width?
B plus 2x.
Yes, b plus 2x, or you can write b plus 2zy. Correct? Huh?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Plus, what is the bottom width?
B, sir.
Yes, B, correct. Divided by 2. What is the height?
Y.
Depth. What is the depth? Y, correct.
Y.
Exactly, correct. Now simplify it. B plus B is 2B. Correct? Huh?
Yes, sir.
Then plus 2ZY. Correct? Huh? Divided by 2 into Y. Okay. Then take 2 as a common. B plus ZY divided by 2 into Y. Then what you get? Tell me.
B plus ZY into Y.
B plus ZY into Y. So this is the area of trapezium. You have to remember this formula. No need to derive this entire one in exam also. Directly if you write this one is enough. Based on the side slope we have derived. I hope you understood this derivation.
Yes, sir.
So this is
Yes, sir.
important. I'll write here to be remembered. This is to be remembered. Instead of writing this all top width plus bottom width, directly if you remember this one B plus ZY into Y, I'll get from the this figure. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So why even you can skip these all steps in exam also. Directly if you write this one is correct. Area of trapezium B plus ZY into Y is correct. You can save this much of time in writing this much. You can save that time. I hope you remember this formula, all of you.
Yes, sir.
Even for solving
Yes,
the
sir.
problem, even solving the problem, this formula is enough. B plus ZY into Y, because Z will be given, Y will be given, B will be given, everything will be given in a problem. If we substitute directly, you will get the area. No need to write the top width, bottom width. For your understanding purpose, I given this formula. Okay. So next one. So next what I'll do here, next I'll calculate perimeter, wetted perimeter. Now, wetted perimeter. So now wetted perimeter P. P, how you can write P? Look here. Now, this one is a ZY and the, what is this answer? This side, how will you get this one?
Pythagoras theorem, sir.
Yes, Pythagoras theorem. So what I'll do here, I'll mark, you can take this as a A, can take this as a A, and one more is, you can take it as a C here. C you can take it. So I need AC. I need AC. How will you get AC? AC equal to, is it the square root of yes,
ZY square.
ZY square plus Y square, correct?
So,
Okay, here what we get, Y square we get and Y square we get. If we take the common, that Y square, so if it comes out, what will happen? Is it Y square root of 1 plus Z square?
Yes, sir.
Is it correct? Please check, all of you. Is it correct? Is it correct? This one.
yes, sir.
Is correct, no?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So with this, we'll calculate the wetted perimeter. Wetted perimeter will be what? B, that is bottom width, plus, I'll mark here. Bottom width, this much wetted perimeter. I'll just mark here. This is a wetted perimeter. This one, and this one. Can you tell me now? Wetted perimeter. B plus what? B plus 2 times the slant length, correct?
Yes, sir.
2 times the slant length means that sloping length. All of you agree for this one? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now, b plus 2 into y square root of 1 plus z square is a weighted perimeter. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
B plus 2 into y square root of 1 plus z square is a weighted perimeter. Okay. Now, from area flow, you all know area equal to what? From area flow, what is the answer? We have got area b plus
B plus zy into
zy into y. So can we write from this b equal to what is the answer for b? Just tell me answer for b. All of you calculate this one. Answer for b. Just a minute. Yes, can you tell me what is the value of b from this? I need a value of b.
A by y
A by y.
A by y minus zy.
Exactly. A by y. Correct. Okay. So I need this b. Why I need this b? We have a condition to get the most economical channel section. The perimeter will be minimum. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So for that purpose, this value of b to be substituted here. Understood why I calculated b? All of you understood why I calculated b?
Yes, sir.
yes sir
Because this perimeter should be minimum. This should be minimum. To get a minimum, I have to substitute the value of b here in terms of area and depth of flow. Because the depth of flow is a variable parameter. Hence, I have to express in depth of flow only. So substitute in the above equation. Therefore, substitute in above equation. You can take this equation as a second equation, and you can take this as a first equation. Okay. So therefore, P equal to what? A by y.
minus zy
Tell me. Minus zy.
plus 2y
Square root
of 1 2.
Correct. Exactly. Okay. So this much is getting till here is very important. Later, only mathematics, only differentiation. So till here is the engineering part. Means later mathematics only you have to apply. Okay. I hope you understood all of it till here. How it
Yes,
this
sir.
equation has come. Now, what you have to do is for minimum perimeter. For minimum perimeter, can write here for minimum, because that is a condition to get a maximum discharge for minimum perimeter. So shall I write dp by dy equal to 0?
0
Exactly. dp by dy is equal to 0. For maximum also in mathematics, you all know dy by dx equal to 0 for maxima also, for minima also. Yes or no? Have you studied maxima
Yes,
and
sir.
minima? Maxima and minima chapter?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here also the perimeter should be minimum. I want with respect to what? With respect to depth of flow. Because depth of flow is a variable quantity in a channel. If the depth of flow varies, automatically the perimeter also varies, because perimeter is a function of what? Width and depth of flow. Yes or no? Correct?
Yes, sir.
So that's why I need to reduce that one. So that's why I'm taking dp by dy is equal to 0. If I differentiate above equation, can anyone tell what is the answer you get? Just tell me that after differentiation, if dp by dy is equal to 0, what equation will get? What is a by y differentiation? Differentiate this one. This equation. Is it minus a by y square?
Minus a by y square
Minus z
minus z
plus
plus 2
square root of
square root of
1 plus
1 plus z square.
Yes, exactly correct. Now with this, I have to rearrange the term and I have to simplify it. So I hope all of you got this answer. Now what I'll do here, I'll take the minus side one side and plus sign one side. I'll take a plus zy square, means if I multiply this one, zy square. Okay, I'll multiply this y square, I'll take a common, I'll multiply and I'll take other side. A plus zy square is equal to 2 y square, square root of 1 plus z square. Just I had taken LHS side and RHS side. This entire term I'll taken this side. It becomes a plus. Then when I take this as a common here, denominator, then is it correct? Is it correct?
Yes, sir.
All of you check this one. Is it correct? Okay. Now, already you have calculated area. So what is that area formula? Area substitute. B plus
ZY.
B plus ZY into Y. Correct? Plus ZY square. Then is equal to 2y square root of 1 plus z square. Then simplify it. So if I multiply this on y, shall I get by plus zy square plus zy square is equal to 2y square square root of 1 plus z square. Then what is the common in this one?
ZY square.
ZY square.
ZY is common. Is it a 2 ZY square? Yes or no? So here is a 2 ZY square. Here is a y. Shall I take y as a common? Shall I write b plus 2z?
Yes, sir.
Is it correct? B plus 2zy. Correct? Is it b plus 2zy?
Yes, sir.
Is equal to, is it 2y square root of 1 plus z square? Okay. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now y, one y get cancels. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Now I'll get b plus 2 zy and 2 I'll take this side divided by 2 one term. So then I'll get y square root of 1 plus z square. Is it correct? Is it correct?
Yes, sir.
So what is the final equation I got? Tell me, can anyone tell this one? What is this equation?
B plus 2 zy by 2
Yeah.
equals to 1 plus root square root 1 plus z.
Y square root of 1 plus z square, right?
1 plus z square. Yes, sir.
All right. Now tell me, what is this b plus 2 zy divided by 2 with respect to the figure coming to here? So that last one, what is that b plus zy by 2? B plus b.
Area.
Half of top. Half of top.
Exactly half of the top width. Half. All of you agree for this one? From
Yes,
here,
sir.
Yes, sir.
it is totally b plus 2 zy, correct?
Yes, sir.
This one. So when I'm taking it half, means it will be half of the top width, right?
Yes, sir.
No. Now, can you tell me what is this one second RHS term? Y square root of y plus y into root of 1 plus z square?
Sir, AC
Sloping side.
What is that?
slant.
AC.
AC or inclined length or slant length, correct?
Yes, sir.
Now,
Yes, sir.
with this,
Yes, sir.
we can say the first condition. What should be the first condition to achieve a most economical trapezoidal transaction? Can anyone tell in sentence with first condition? Can anyone tell what is the first condition for trapezium?
Wetted perimeter is
First condition. No, you should not tell like this. Half of the top width is equal to one side of the slant length.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
I'll repeat once again. The first condition for a trapezium, this condition to be utilized in a problem solving. Half of the top width is equal to one side of the slant length. Is it clear?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hence, we can write here. I'll write here. Half of top width, that is half of top width is equal to one side slope. That is the first condition. You all can write this one. This is the first condition. In rectangular channel, what was the condition? Can anyone tell? First condition. In rectangular channel.
B equal to 2y.
Yes, b equal to 2y. What is that? B equal to 2y?
Base 2 times of depth.
Yes, base equal to 2 times of depth. And also hydraulic radius also we obtained right there.
Yes, sir.
Yes, similar way we have to get the hydraulic radius here also. Okay. Hence here for the most economical or efficient trapezoidal channel section, half the top width of the channel section is equal to the one side of the sloping length and the corresponding hydraulic radius. So you have to write in this much only in exam. This is the first condition. They will be asking you, right, derive the conditions. So this is the first condition. This will become the first condition. So shall we go for the next condition?
sir.
I hope you all have taken till here. Shall I go to the next condition? It's very simple. So second one, hydraulic radius. Hydraulic radius. You can mark it as a R or you can take it as a M. Some textbook will take the M also, no problem. And hydraulic radius, what is the formula we are having hydraulic radius?
Area by wetted perimeter.
Yes, area by wetted perimeter. But what is the formula for area? B plus ZY into Y. What is the perimeter? B plus 2Y square root of 1 plus Z square. Correct? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now, can you substitute the conditions here? So, this one. So, already you have derived the condition. What is the value of this one? Y square root of 1 plus Z square.
B plus 2z by 2.
Substitute here. What we get here? B plus ZY into Y divided by B plus 2 into what we get here? B plus 2ZY Divided by 2, correct? Huh?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Then this 2 get cancels. What do we get finally? What we get? Tell me.
B plus ZY.
B plus ZY 1
ZY
into Y
into
divided
Y
by
divided by B plus
this B and this B, 2B, right?
2B.
Correct.
2B.
2B. So in that 2B and again here 2ZY. I'll take a 2 common.
2 common.
2 plus
B
ZY will
plus-
get.
Yes, sir.
Then this get cancels.
Yes, sir.
What I get?
Y by 2.
So this is the hydraulic radius. So what is the second condition? What is the second condition?
Hydraulic radius should be half of the depth.
Exactly. Hydraulic radius should be half of the depth of flow. I'll write here hydraulic radius is equal to half the depth of flow. This is the second condition. I hope you understood, all of you, till here.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then the third condition, one more condition is there. Likewise, there are 4 conditions are here. So they'll be asking one conditions in exam also. Till here also they'll be asking. And so next is one more condition is there. That is also very important, the conditions here. So what is that condition? So I hope till here all of you taken.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So you have break now. 12:15 you have break. You have a break, right? Hello? What is the class next? What class you are having next?
So maths.
Maths. 12:30, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, then I'll take that condition in the next class. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Means till here you try to understand. Next I'll tell you what is the condition. I'll tell you here, then I'll derive it. See, next condition is by taking the center at the top here. That is top of the channel section. If you take the center here, when I take a center here, then if I draw by compass circle, I hope you're understanding. By taking this as a center, if I draw a circle, that should touch all the sides. I hope you're understanding what I'm saying.
Yes, sir.
If I take this as a center, this is center. Understanding?
Yes, sir.
If I draw by compass circle, when I draw a circle, that circle sides, it should touch the sides of the channel section. This side, this side, this side. And what is that radius to be taken for making that circle to touch the sides? That is the third condition. I hope you understood what is the third condition, all of you.
Yes, sir.
So next condition, what it should be, what I need to calculate, tell me. This hint I given. If I take this as a center and if I draw a circle, for drawing a circle, what you required?
Radius.
Yes, exactly. I need to calculate what is the radius that is to be taken to make a circle to touch the sides of the channel section. That was the third condition. That is the third condition. Understood what is to be calculated next?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So again, next condition, there are again 2 more conditions I'll take in the next class. So I hope you understood, all of you, this derivation is a very, very important derivation. So with this, we'll wind up the today's session. Okay. I'll make